Okay, we're going to skip the epistle, the Acts passage for just a minute and go straight to the gospel, Matthew 28:16-20. If you'll remember, on Easter Sunday, we had Matthew 28, the first 10 verses. And so here we're kind of finishing out that chapter. They are on the mount here, presumably, where Jesus ascends back into heaven. Matthew doesn't give us that full story. We get that from the Gospel of Acts and Luke. But Matthew kind of leads into it a little bit here. There they are on the mountain where he had told them to go. And when they saw him, they worshipped him, but some were doubtful. And Jesus spoke to them the word. He says, "All authority has been given to me in heaven and on earth." Why? Why would that be? Because he created everything in heaven and on earth. And he had just been perfectly obedient to God the Father by coming to earth as a man to be born, live, teach, die, solve the sin problem that had been created back in Genesis 3:15, and he's getting ready to go back to the Father. So yes, all authority in heaven and on earth has been given to him by the Father. That is his by right, which means that anybody who is in a position of authority on earth has it only because Christ has ordained it for that time. So if you are a parent, if you are a civil servant, if you are in the government, if you have, managerial oversight, if you own a business, anything like that, your authority over any other person comes from God as you participate in the work that he is doing here on earth. His ongoing work of creation, redemption, and sanctification. All authority has been given to him, but he gives us everything that belongs to him. We saw that in John chapter 17. Everything that the Father has given him, he gives to us. Why would he do that? That's insane. Look how we use it. Look how we misuse it and abuse it. And yet he gives it to us. That's weighty. Verse 19. This verse is called the Great Commission. Mission means sending. Go and do something. Commission means with. We aren't sent alone. This isn't us on our own. This is with the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. How do we know? Because he says so. Go, therefore, and make disciples of all nations. Go, be sent. Be gone with you. You've got some work to do. Commission. Make disciples of whom? All the nations. All of them. All of them. Baptizing them in the name of what? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. We are baptized in the triune name. One God, three persons. 3 equals 1. Not in math, but in God. We'll figure it out when we get to heaven. Why should we do this? Teaching them to observe all that I commanded you. He had a lot of commands. He had a lot of things that he taught and wanted us to pay attention to. And we need to teach those to other people. If we don't know them, then it's really important for us to learn them. So you're continuing to learn. You know some things, of course. Each of us has something that God has given to us. We have had an experience of God in our lives. And that's what we can share with others. He wants us to go and do this wherever we are. We don't have to go to Honduras or Indonesia or, the DRC. Like we have places here that we're here and God put us here. Some people are called to be missionaries to far off countries. And that's excellent. Most of us aren't, but we can be missionaries right here. We can do the Great Commission right here by sharing what God has done in our lives. And maybe we're not going to baptize anybody. And maybe we don't have a degree that we can teach. Maybe we don't wear a collar that we can preach. But but Christ is present and active in our worlds. The Spirit broods over us, man. And by his word, he creates things in our hearts and in our lives. And we can share those. We can talk about those. And that is observing his great commission. He says, and lo, I am with you always. This is why it's not just the great mission, it's the great co-mission. Come. It's Latin. It means with. I am with you always. Not just some of the time. Not just when we want him. Not just when we think about it. Always. Even to the end of the age. We started at Genesis 1:1, the beginning of everything that is. And until the end of everything that is, when he remakes it, and when he speaks again, and the final fulfillment of creation comes about, he is what? He's with us. And he sends us. And we have work to do. And this is the fulfillment of our entire human purpose. What this week might God be saying, come with me. I'm with you. Come with me and observe my commandments. Share something this week. Can you look for one person, one place, one situation this week where you can share what the risen Christ has done in your life or is doing? I'm praying with you for that. Let me know in the comments if there's something that comes up. I would love to know.